Good morning, everybody. We are ready to learn what we are going to learn. We will learn history. Okay, history we are going to study. What is the chapter? Chapter number 1, the French Revolution. We have completed 3 parts already. So today I am with part number 4. Shall we start? Yes. First of all, we will see the contents. What we are going to learn in part number 4. Have a look here. First one, did women have a revolution? Then the abolition of slavery. Third one is the revolution and everyday life. And the last topic to discuss is the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Right? Ready to start with the first topic. What is that? Condition of women. We will learn about the revolution done or conducted or held by the women during the French Revolution. Before we move on to the revolution, we must see what was the condition of women. Then only you can understand why did they revolt. Okay. So moving to the condition of women. Most of them had to do low paid jobs and look after the family. The women, most of the women, what were they doing? The women of the third estate had to work for a living. They were working for the living. They worked as seamstress or laundress, or they sold flowers, fruits, vegetables. In this way they worked. Okay, they earned money, or some of them were employed as domestic servants in the houses of the rich people, the nobles. Okay, they were doing these many odd jobs, the petty jobs to earn for their livelihood. They were looking after the family, many of the women in the third estate, and they did not have any access to education. Women were not allowed to get education or job training. Okay, and who got education? Only women of nobles families got education. The women, the daughters of nobles, they got education. Okay, their teacher came to their home and they taught them. And after studying, what was the condition of women? They were arranged for a marriage, and it was done. Or this education was given, either their teacher came to their houses or they were sent to the convents. Convent is a building where the Christian missionaries live. There these people were sent, the girls were sent, and they got education there. And just after the education they were married. And the working education, they working women also, they had to take care of their families also. Okay, they had to they had to take care of their families, and these women actively participated in the events. Whatever incidents going on there, they very actively participated. Why participated? The answer is here on this page only. Why? They wanted to get some relaxations. What relaxations they needed? First of all, they wanted to get education. Then they knew that their condition would be improved if they got education. So with that aim, they actively participated in the events of French Revolution. Okay, now we will move ahead to the political clubs formed by the women. How did they participate in the activities in the revolt? They formed some political clubs. Clear? They what did they do? They wanted to voice their raise their voice. Women started clubs and newspapers to voice their interest. They wanted their voice or their demands to be heard by everybody. For that, what did they do? They started political clubs and they started newspapers through which they wrote their problems and their interest, so that their interest could be heard by everybody, particularly the authorities. During that time, there were about 60 women clubs formed. Okay, and the most important one was the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. That was the most important political club formed during this period by the women. Okay, and what was the demand they raised? They demanded equal political rights. What did they demand? They wanted to get equal political rights, isn't it? Okay, what was that equal political right? They wanted the right to vote. They wanted to be elected to the assembly. They wanted to be the office bearers, to hold the political office. They knew that they can achieve all these aims by forming the political clubs only. Or if they are not coming forward, they will not get all these things. They knew it. That is why they came forward and they formed the political clubs and they actively took part in the revolutionary activities. They were disappointed with the constitution of 1791. You might be remembering that there was a constitution prepared, drafted in 1791 after the tennis court oath. Remember, no? Okay, France became a constitutional monarchy that time. What was the feature of this constitution? This constitution provided voting rights to all those men with 21 years of age. Women were not given the political rights, so they were disappointed during that time, but they did not give up. What did they do? They kept on doing the revolution, the political activities. As a result, they gained something, they got something. And what were those gains? Have a look here. Education was made compulsory for all the girls. When the convention came into power, or in the very early ages, what was done? Some changes were done. Number one, education was made compulsory for all the girls. Now all the French girls should get education. So for that, what was done? The girls' schools were created. Large number of schools for only girls were created. The government made marriage and divorce legal. Before that, they were married to that person whom their parents showed. But this time it became, now the girls became free to choose. Okay, without their consent, parents could not do anything. And divorce also was made legal. As a result, they were secured. Through these different steps, the women's status was improved in France. Clear now? Then the marriage that was made into a contract and it was registered under the law, and divorce also was registered. So it means that one registration has been done, it means that it is legal now. They cannot be left by anybody easily. That was what the aim of the government. Okay. Then they got the freedom to choose their profession also. Now by this time, these women, French women, got the freedom. They could choose their own profession. They could apply for the jobs. They could train for getting any job. They could become artists. They could run small business. In this way, they got a lot of opportunities in the early ages. Okay, early age in the sense after the revolution. Okay, particularly the convention started ruling France. Then what happened? Have a look here. There were some challenges also on women's struggles. What were the challenges? They had to face some obstacles. Some problems occurred on their way. What were they? Their political activities were banned during the Reign of Terror. When Reign of Terror was started in 1793 and 94, that was a period of Reign of Terror. During this time, the political activities were banned. Now they were not able to act publicly. Okay, then though they continued their struggles, but now the government issued the laws that the political clubs formed by the women had to be closed, and the government declared all the associations formed by the women as illegal. They were banned, and many women were there who were very important personalities. They were arrested, and there were many women who were executed also. These were the challenges they faced. Okay, it is not over. Then also they continued the struggle for getting the right to vote. They wanted the right to vote as equal to the men, and for that they continued their struggle. Then what happened? It was carried out through an international suffrage movement during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. You see this time, 19th and 20th centuries, what was going on in our country? Freedom struggle. Till that time also, the people, particularly the women of France, were struggling for their voting right, and this launched an international suffrage movement for that. Then it was a final result. Finally, in the year 1946, they got the right to vote. They got the right to vote in the year 1946. What was the time? Just 1 year before our independence. They got the voting right in the year 1946. So these are about the role played by women, or the revolution conducted by women in France. You got the idea? Okay, now we are moving to the next one. What is that? We will learn about slavery now. The next topic is abolition of slavery. For that, you have to know first of all what is slavery. You might have heard about slavery. A person in the earlier times, it was very common practice all over the world that the people who were the workers who did not have anything, they were the slaves and they could be bought and sold. Like we buy and sell the things in the market, these slaves also were bought and sold. That they were under the complete control of their master. Master could do anything as he wished. Okay, there was nobody to ask for the or to talk for the slaves. That was what the slavery. Okay, there was a shortage of laborers in the plantations of Europeans. You have heard that till this time, by this time, the Europeans had colonized different territories all over the world, and these colonies they had started their plantations also, but they did not want to go and do the work in those plantations. They were lazy that time, some of them, so they did not get an output. To get maximum output from these plantations, they had to appoint some laborers there. So how did they arrange these laborers? They arranged the laborers from those parts of the world where people were very poor and illiterate, the ones who did not know anything, like Africa, America, South America particularly. Okay, from these areas, the slaves were bought, were purchased by from the chieftains, local chieftains, by these Europeans, and they were sent to the plantations established by the Europeans. Okay, so a triangular trade was developed between Europe, Africa, and America in the 17th century. There was a triangular trade between the continents of Europe, Africa, and America, so that they could this was a triangular trade of the slaves. It was triangular slave trade. Clear? Slaves were bought and sold between these three continents, and it was in the 17th century. The French merchants sailed from the seaports of France. They were Bordeaux and Nantes to the African coast. There they bought the slaves from the local chieftains, and these slaves were branded and shackled, and they were packed tightly into the ships for the next voyage across Atlantic Ocean to the Caribbean Sea, and they were sold to the plantation owners there. And these slaves were exploited so that the Europeans could meet their demands, and they could increase their crops, cultivation of the crops like sugar, coffee, indigo, etc. And this port cities, seaports like Bordeaux and Nantes, they got economic prosperity during the 17th century only because of the slave trade. That place was, these were the places which were common, which were known for the slave trade. Got it now? Okay. These slaves were exploited by the big businessmen for their prosperity, to get economic achievements, to get economic benefits. What did the businessmen do? They exploited these slaves. More than their capacity, the slaves had to work in the plantations of the Europeans. Thus, the European merchants got a very good business. They got economic prosperity, and the condition of the slaves became worse and worse day by day. Right? This is what slavery. And how the slavery was abolished in France. Have a look here. The National Assembly held long discussions to provide rights to all, but could not pass any laws due to the influence of the businessmen. The elected National Assembly had conducted a large number of discussions, long discussions, to provide rights to all the people, including the slaves, but they could not pass any law. Why? Because they were under the influence of the big businessmen. That is why they could not pass any law for the favor of slaves, because businessmen did not favor the slaves. They did not want the slaves to give the equal rights. Why? Their business would be fallen down, it would be suffered. That is why the government also came into the influence of the big businessmen. And in the year 1794, the convention legislated to abolish slavery. Slavery was abolished in France in the year 1794 by convention. Convention was the government under the leadership of Maximilian Robespierre during the time reign of terror. During that time, legislation was done, law was made to abolish slavery, but it was not that much effective. Why? Napoleon reintroduced slavery during his reign. After convention, after the fall of convention, what happened? Directory came into the power. Then directory also was not successful. That opportunity was used by Napoleon, and now Napoleon came to France as a ruler, and he introduced slavery once again. He reintroduced slavery there. Okay, so the condition of the people became worse, and in the year 1848, slavery was abolished in France legally. From then, that practice is not there in France. Okay, so continue. What is the next topic? We are reaching towards the end of the chapter. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the revolution and everyday life. What was the impact of this revolution? It was not only one revolution conducted in France. We could see a chain of revolutions in France, right? And what impact did it have on the lives of the people, in the day-to-day lives of the people? The revolution brought many changes in the lives of the people, like their clothing habits, dressing habits, their language, the books they read, etc. You have heard about Sans-Culottes, Jacobin Club. What did the people do? They started wearing the dress without knee breeches, and French became a common language. Large number of people started using French. That language of large number of people was changed. Now there were a large number of books available in the market, and the people started reading the books. So these habits also were changed during the revolution and because of the revolution. Next one is freedom of speech and expression became a natural right. That is what more important. That had a great impact upon the people's lives. Freedom of speech and expression. Till the time, in the old regime, what was the situation? People were not allowed to speak against the ruler. They could not criticize the ruler. That was the situation. But now it became a natural right. Now people were free. Next one, censorship was abolished. That is what also part of the previous point. What is censorship? Do you know? So according to this, it was prevailed there in France during the old regime, that all the written materials and cultural activities could be published or performed only after they had been approved by the censors of the king. Before coming into the public, all the activities like drama, play, book or anything, they had to be censored by the officers of the king, which means that only those things could be published or shown which were in favor of the ruler. If it was against the ruler, it could not be published. That was what censorship. And that censorship was imposed in France during the old regime. But during this revolution, that censorship was abolished. Now all the people were free. Freedom of the press was given. Freedom to discuss about the ruler, about the administration was given. Now the people could freely express their feelings against or for the government. That was a great impact. The last one is ideas of liberty and justice changed the way of thinking of the people. The idea new, they started getting new words like liberty, fraternity, justice, equality. All these things were new for them, and these words and their meanings, when they knew about it, these people's, the way of thinking, that also was changed. That could be reflected in their everyday life. That is what the impact of the revolution in the everyday life of the people. Now we are moving to the last topic, that is the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, let us see how did he come to power in France. He became the emperor of France in 1804. I told you how could he come. He used that opportunity very well. What was opportunity? Political instability. Once monarch, then constitutional monarchy, then what happened? Convention, then directory. Within a period of 3 or 4 years, these many changes occurred in France, and that political instability could be used very aptly by Napoleon. He was an army general and he used that opportunity to become the dictator in France in the year 1804. He saw himself as the modernizer of Europe. He crowned himself, or he considered himself as the modernizer, the man who modernizes Europe, who brings modernity to Europe, who brings changes to Europe. Okay, and he, for that, what did he do? He introduced changes as protection of private property, uniform system of weights and measures, decimal system, etc. What did he do? He made to modernize Europe. What did he do? He brought a lot of changes. And what were those changes? They were protection of private property. Now, even the people who were the third estate, they also could own private property. They could own property, and the uniform system of weights and measures was implemented. Decimal system was implemented. In this way, he tried to modernize Europe. Okay, and he spread these changes to the other parts of the Europe. He, first of all, he got the power of Europe, France. Then he went to annex the other territories and to expand or to enlarge his kingdom. And in those territories which were conquered by Napoleon, in those territories also his army was sent, and they spread the ideas of this modernity there. And these army, they were welcomed by the people of the adjoining territories because they got something new. They were ready to accept that new ideas. Okay, and finally in the year 1815, at the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon was defeated. Okay, Napoleon was defeated in the year 1804 at the Battle of Waterloo. Have you understood? Okay, so we have come to the end of the chapter. First chapter is over. Have a look, what did we learn in today's part number 4. Did women have a revolution? We learned about women, their activities, their gains, the impacts, their challenges and all. The second one, we learned about the abolition of slavery. You learned about slavery, where was it popularized, why and how was it popularized, then what was its impact, and how was it abolished. You have come to know. Then I told you about the revolution and the everyday life, the changes which were brought into the life of the people because of revolution. I told you the dressing habits, language, the books they read, then freedom of speech and expression, ideas of justice, equality, all of them had a change in their lives. And finally, we learned about the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. So, chapter is over. You have learned a lot. If there is any doubt, you must talk to me. Shall I wind up? Okay, as usual, I have to say to stay home. You will stay home only so that you can be safe. You have to be safe. You are the future citizens of India. You have to be safe. So please stay home. It's a request. And take care of yourself. Bye.